So my name is Tobe. I'm from Nigeria and spent half my life there and in the UK. I think about range. So as a lover of hats, Kenya wears many of them. When you're in Nairobi, you really start to feel this. From the urban rush in downtown Nairobi to the quiet comfort of the hills and nature parks in the exact same city. I think there's not a lot of places in the continent that have that range. And Kenya as a whole, looking outside Nairobi, is this super interesting landmass of many different histories that still really carry their names and traditions and their stories till today. So there is a unifying factor by way of Swahili, but there is, or there are rather, a lot of differences as well. Much more so, I think, compared to many other African countries I've been to. There's a Swahili expression and a movement as well called Pwani si Kenya, which means coast is not Kenya. And it really brings this whole idea to life of difference, but then Swahili unifying everything together. So when you step into the coast next to the Indian Ocean, you really feel like you're in a totally separate world from the rest of Kenya, with all the ghost of the Omani Sultanate at its absolute prime. Really controversial answer here, but it isn't safari. It's actually having nyama choma, which is their grilled meat, or kind of like their grilled suya if you're Nigerian, and muratina, which is their version of palm wine, while listening to a live band. There are a lot of amazing indie live bands in Kenya, and that's a big thing to do here. So I'm going to contrast this with Lagos culture in particular, Nigerian culture, but really Lagos culture, because that's probably where I feel most at home. It's slower and less expressive than Lagos. Even in Nairobi, people are a bit more intentional about their energy and mental health and are far more open to addressing it as well. And I think that was a huge but welcome culture shock from Lagos and from London as well. I was super lucky and knew a couple of people living in Nairobi before my entire life got moved here. And I also moved for work, so I had a colleague network as well, which really helped. Also, what really helped was the fact that there's a large expert community in Kenya, a lot of international bodies like the UN, IFC, World Bank have their African headquarters in Nairobi. So you have this large expert community where you can get pretty much everything from hiking to finance to selling an old washing machine. There's countless number of subgroups within that community as well. And Kenyans are unbelievably hospitable, so much so compared to most of the places I've been. With open arms, Kenyans are very relaxed in their identity, and so they aren't squeamish about foreigners at all. They're extremely hospitable. I definitely was, and maybe still am, living life a bit too fast, and there's a place for strategic rest as well. Definitely pole pole, which means take it easy, take it slow. It's very basic, it's very common. You hear it maybe twice a day, and I think it really encapsulates what it means to be Kenyan. This sense of being intentional, but also taking it slow and listening to your body as well. Whew. I think definitely the protest. I was around for some of that, and I think many African citizens talk about change, but either one, don't know the price of change, or two, aren't willing to pay that price. I think Kenyans pass both tests and are incredibly invested in their country, as it is and as it could be. I think the willingness to put themselves in harm's way consistently is pretty unmatched on the continent, especially given that it cuts across social status and titles as well. Kenyans will protest, hold very public debates and discussions, and do just about anything but stay passive. And that's really changed the way I think about nation building and my own personal life as well.